It's story time with Teeth. That's me. And today I'm here to tell you a story about an isolated event, okay? It's a dating story, but it's only about this one part of the person that I was dating. Because if I was to tell y'all a whole story about this man, this would be like a 6-parter. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'm just gonna tell like a couple isolated events. And then maybe I'll tell you like a broad story about it later on in time. But cannot give y'all the details that I want to give y'all and have y'all understand like the actual relationship if I just try to go ahead and do it like start to finish. It's gonna be entirely too long and I'm not doing that. But yeah, I have these shades on because I know that I'm finna get a migraine, and so I just put my shades on just to prepare. I just want to be prepared, okay? And hopefully it just doesn't come, okay? But like the lights was entirely too bright and I could not do it. And so yeah, that's where we are. So let me set the scene. At the time, I had just got a new job, okay? And whenever I get a new job, my life is kind of like I'm trying to figure out like how I'm gonna regulate my schedule, because every single job that I ever had a different time schedule. Like I had a job where I started at 6 in the morning. I had a job when I started at 7 in the morning. I had a job where we would start at 10 on weekdays, and on a weekend we would start at like 3 or 4. Like I've had it all. I've had it all. And so I'm just like, every single time I get a new schedule, I gotta make a new gym schedule and a new eating habit. Like I gotta change my entire life. And so I'm like in the process of trying to do this because I had only had the job for maybe like, I'm gonna say a month. I'm gonna say I had the job for like a month. And so I'm like still trying to figure things out. And it was like a day that I was supposed to be off of work. Most likely it was Sunday, but maybe not a Sunday. I don't know. And so I was supposed to be off work, but my boss was like, hey, it's only 3 of y'all that don't work today. So I want to have the team meeting today, and then y'all can come in, and then I'll give y'all like 2 hours of pay for y'all coming in on your day off or whatever. I said, that I'm in there. And so then he said something to me in particular. He's like, you, Artisha, hey, I need you to make sure that you're there. I said, okay, cool. Because I didn't know if he was going to be like announcing something that was involving me, or because he just wanted to make sure that I was a part of everything that was happening, because I literally was one of the only people that didn't work that day. So I was just like, all right, I'm going to make sure that I'm there. It probably was a Monday. But yeah, I was like, I'll make sure that I'm there. So I go, and I'm just like, well, I need to make sure I go to the gym, because today I'm supposed to be having 2 calls and I'm supposed to record. And so I'm just like, since I'm doing that, I'm like, my whole day is basically full, because after I record, then I gotta edit. And then also I need to be cooking. Like I need to eat. And so I'm just like, that's a whole full day of stuff. And so I was like, well, let me just go to the gym before I go to this meeting, because I think the meeting was at like 11 or something like that. Like it was in the morning or whatever. And so I was like, let me just go ahead, get my workout done, and then go to the meeting. And so what I was supposed to do was work out, come home, take a shower, then leave back out, go to the little thing. And so I was like, I'm gonna just make my workout a little shorter, because I don't want to be like, oh, I'm in a rush and I can't take a shower and I can't change my clothes and all the other stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna just go and I'm gonna be cool. But kind of woke up a little late, and I was just like, it's cool, I'm just gonna do an even shorter time at the gym. I said, I'm only gonna do about 45 minutes, 50 max, and then I'm gonna leave. And so I go to the gym, I get in there, it's nobody in the gym. I don't know why was nobody in the gym for real, because every single time I go to that gym, it's always packed, no matter the time. But like, it was nobody in there. And so I was just like, this is heaven. I was like, I can't believe this. For me, an empty gym. Like, I'm emotional. And so I go, and I'm like, finally, I can go over to the mirrors, do my stuff, because whenever it's men in there, I'm not going to the mirror. I'm going in the corner. And so I'm just like, yes, it's literally one little old black man in here. He like, hey, I'm like, hey. And then I go in and I do my stuff. I'm just having a great time. And so then I go over and I do all my core stuff, and I'm like getting everything in, because this was supposed to be a full body day, but since I had to shorten it, I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna skip legs because my legs are strong enough. And so I was just like, all right, so I'm gonna do all this stuff. And then like, I just was having so much fun, I lost track of time. And so I'm like, all right, it has been an hour and a half. I geeked. I gotta get out of here. And so I'm rushing. All right, my little machine said, I was like, I gotta get out of out of here. So I give him a little big bag. I get out of there. And I was just like, I have to go straight to this meeting. I cannot go home first. I gotta go straight to this meeting. Like whenever I go outside, I always got like extra pair of socks and extra this or extra that inside my book bag. So it's like I wasn't in my complete gym fit, but like I was in most of the stuff in my gym fit. So I was like, all right, cool, whatever. I had my little jacket and everything. I was cool. I was like, I'm just gonna go and I'm just gonna live life at work, because if I go home, I'm going to be late. And he already told me that the meeting was gonna be short. He was like, girl, this meeting gonna be like 20 minutes max, and I'm gonna just go ahead and give you the little 2 hours, and then you could be cool and you can go home. And so I was like, all right, cool. So I had to make sure I was there. Because I was like, if I try to come late, the meeting will be gone. The meeting will be done, and then I would be done, went to work for no reason at all, and I'm not gonna get my 2 hours for going, because people were like, girl, you missed the meeting. Why are you here? And so I was just like, okay. And I get to work, and I think I like sat in a little room or whatever. I sat and waited for everybody to be like done, because everybody had to get to a certain point to like wrap up what they was doing, and they can actually come, because I was the only person that wasn't working for real. And so like the other person that wasn't at work that day, they came, and then one person missed. One person came too late and missed the whole entire meeting. But yeah, the other person that was coming, they came, and then once they had got there, my manager was like, all right, everybody, let's go. We need to have this meeting. And so it basically was just like a quarterly meeting, because every like season is different. And so we were just having like a seasonal meeting to make sure that like they know like what's to come and da da da. And so that's basically how it was. I had the meeting and everything. And then once I got done, I left. I went home. I'm thinking shit sweet, okay? I'm not thinking that like I'm having any problems. Like when I was leaving the gym, I texted my boo. I'm like, hey, I'm on my way to work, da da da. He just like, oh, you going there straight from the gym? I'm like, yeah, I didn't really have no time to like go home first, whatever. But like, mind y'all, this happened in the morning. The meeting was at like 11 o'clock. Like they wasn't really late when it came to the meeting. I really got there right before I needed to be there. And so I go home. He not really texting me or nothing like that, but I'm just like, cool, people be working, people got lives, we are all adults here. And so I didn't say nothing to him. I'm minding my business. Eventually I text him, because I realized he unfollowed me on Instagram. And I'm just like, did you unfollow me on Instagram? And like, I looked at both my Instagrams, I'm just like, you unfollowed me on Instagram. And so like, it's literally not that deep, but I know for him in particular, he do certain stuff to be smart, bro. Like he do certain stuff to be smart. And we had already established that we wasn't gonna be together. Like we would be like, oh, I love you. You're so great. Like we're gonna be together one day. But I knew that he didn't think that. And he knew that I was just going along with whatever he was going along with. So like we were on the same page in my opinion. And so I'm just like, yeah, whenever you do goofy stuff, I'm gonna say something about it, because stop doing goofy stuff. Like, ain't we supposed to be together? And we supposed to be going together at some point? And we supposed to be babies? Like, so I'm just like, what's going on? What's happening? And so then I realized, like, when I had texted him or whatever, when he texted me back, his rent receipts was off. I was just like, all right, now you crossed the line. Because the whole thing is, I do not care about no damn Instagram. Like, Instagram, I do not care. Like, follow me, don't follow me, whatever. Like, we live. But what you not finna do is turn your rent receipts off. Because I want to know that you saw it. Because if I feel like you didn't see it, I'm going to keep hitting you up. But if I see that you saw it, I'm like, oh, let me go ahead and wait and be patient. Like, if I see you saw it, I'm like, all right, cool, bet. But, like, if you didn't see it, then I'm like, hey, you see this? Hello? So I'm just like, nah, turn them joints on. Let me see that you saw it, so that I'm cool for real. Don't be trying to leave it as mysteriousness. Like, bro, no. And I already told you that your rent receipts need to be on. And if they've been on this whole time and you all of a sudden turn them off, you're trying to be smart, because we already had a conversation about this. This is not like, oh, I didn't know that was important to you. I didn't know that you cared whether or not my rent receipts were on. You knew, and you was trying to be smart. So now if I turn up, I'm the bad guy. I'm like, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to say one little line, and I'm going to be cool. I'm going to say one little line, but stop playing with me. And so once I asked him why his rent receipts was off, he didn't really respond to that. He responded to something else I said, because I think I texted him twice. Because once I seen that his rent receipts was off, I'm like, hey, yo, what's up? And And so he texted me back about the whole Instagram thing and was just like, he was like, yeah, I didn't like the comments that were made. And I'm just like, what comments? He was like, there were rude comments by your little audience and the people around me. Mind you, me and him know a couple of the same people, but it's not like these people are like his friends for real. It's just people that he happens to be around sometimes. These not his buddies. It's people that he happened to be around sometimes. And so I'm just like, okay. And I'm just like, but anything that they see about me online would be on my Instagram that's for my YouTube, or would be on my YouTube. And that don't mean that you gotta unfollow me on both my Instagrams. My other Instagram is literally just all my little childhood friends, all my little Kip and Poly people, and people that I had lived around neighborhoods with and stuff like that. And I'm just trying to check on them and tell them that they cute and see their babies and see everybody get engaged and be nosy. That's what that Instagram is for. It's for love. That Instagram is for love. And I'm just like, so you didn't have to unfollow me on that Instagram. I barely say anything on there. I'm like, bro, I got like 10 posts on that Instagram. Like, I don't be posting like that, and I don't really be putting nothing on my story unless I made something to eat or something. And like occasionally, I put up a gym pic. Occasionally. Like, I barely be telling people to watch my YouTube videos on that Instagram. Like, I don't be on that Instagram like that. I literally go in there and be like, happy birthday to you. Like, that's really what I be on there for. So I'm just like, you literally unfollowed both of my Instagrams for no reason. And he was just like, well, I didn't know which one was which, and so I just unfollowed both of them. And I'm just like, you didn't ask. And I think you do know which one is which, and you was trying to be smart. But I'm not going to say that. I'm going to just say, you didn't ask. And if you would have asked, you would have had the answer. You would have received the answer if you would have asked. You were trying to be smart. I didn't say he was trying to be smart, because I'm just like, you know what? I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Maybe you were not trying to be smart, okay? So I didn't even say that, but I'm just like, so yeah, we move. And then after that, like, I just was saying something about like the red receipts or whatever and everything like that. And he basically was like, oh, nah, it's not even like that, da da da. And it's like every single time he said something, he put something else in the message to change the whole gear of the conversation, to try to make it not be about the goofy shit that he was doing. I'm like, hey, you're doing goofy shit. And he's just like, well, you know, sometimes the weather is really nice out here, but then other times it's not. I'm like, bro, please. Because I'm like, you're about to make me spaz. I'm like, because you're purposely trying to bring up stuff that has nothing to do with anything. And so then after that, I was just like, okay. And then we continued the conversation. He's just like, yeah, he's just like, you want attention that I don't want. Like, you are looking for attention and I don't. And so my response is just like, that simply isn't true. Like, what do you mean by that? Like, what do you mean I'm looking for attention? And so then his next thing to say didn't have anything to do with Instagram. He said to me, why did you wear your gym outfit to work? And that's when it all clicked. I'm just like, you wasn't even mad. You wasn't even mad about nothing on Instagram. You were mad about the fact that I wore my gym clothes to work. Like, that's what you actually were mad about. Because I'm just like, it doesn't make any sense for you to all of a sudden be like, oh, I don't like the fact that people be commenting under your stuff or whatever. Mind you, don't nobody be commenting about nothing. And so I'm just like, now all of a sudden, my Instagram, you talk about some people are commenting, you wanted to unfollow me because you don't like the comments that I'm getting, and people in real life are saying stuff to you about whatever. Like, bro, grow up. Like, how old are you? Like, how old are you? How old are we? Like, what's going on? And so once he asked me why did I wear my workout outfit to work, I'm just like, I told you I was late. Like, you were on the phone with me for like 2 seconds. And when you were on the phone with me for 2 seconds, I told you, hey, I'm on my way to my work thing. I didn't have enough time to go home to change my clothes, so I'm just going straight there to there. You know this. I already I already told you this. So I'm just like, okay, cool. Yeah, you're mad that I wore my workout clothes to work. And so I'm just like, well, I wore my workout clothes to work because I was late. And I didn't want to miss the entire meeting because I would have missed the entire meeting. But I was fully covered. Like, I was fully clothed. It wasn't a scandalous workout outfit. So I felt like it was cool. And so then he responds and he's just like, well, see, we're very different, because I didn't think that it was cool. But it's cool. And you don't even got to worry about that. We ain't even got to talk about that. So the Clippers, like, he really tried to change the conversation. He was like, no, we're not talking about that. It's over. It's done. And I'm just like, what you not finna do is tell me that I'm attention seeking and then be like, but no, we're not going to talk about this. And then had the nerve to say you're welcome about telling me that I was attention seeking. Like, what you mean you welcome? I sound like y'all. I'm really just like, all right, Joe. Because now you're just playing in my face. And so I'm just like, well, I don't believe that I'm attention seeking. But, you know, if that's what you want to say, cool. That's not actually what this conversation was even about, though. But if we're going to make it about that, let's have the conversation. I'm just like, I went to work in my workout outfit, which consisted of a boy t-shirt from Kip that I done had all my life. And the shirt that I got, it was in a large, so it was big and it was thick because it was made for a boy. This wasn't a shirt that was going to grip my body or nothing. Like, it was just a shirt that laid on me regular. And I had on pants. I didn't even have on gym shorts. I had on actual pants. And then I had my jacket. And so it's just like my shirt came up past my collarbone. Like, the joint was like right here. Because as I told you, I got this shirt when I was little. And you know the holes for kids are smaller than the holes for adults. Like, the shirt was on me. I promise the shirt was on me. And I'm just like, I have on whole pants. So it's not even like nobody seen no thigh meat. Like, I had on pants. And I had my jacket. And I wrapped my jacket around my body just in case a nigga wanted to look at my butt. It's not there. It's not there. And then the way that I wrap my jacket around my body, like, the little arm part lays right in front of my vaginal canal. Like, I'm like, bruh, they didn't see anything. I'm just like, anything that they could have possibly be seen, they ain't see it. And plus, I'm just like, when I went to the meeting, I got there before everybody else. So it's not like I walked in all late and all eyes are on me or anything. No, they came to me for the meeting. They came to where I was at for the meeting. I just sat where I was sitting. And then everybody just came. So I'm just like, you trying to say that I'm being attention seeking is crazy. To wear my workout outfit to work, like, I ain't got on everything that everybody else got on. Like, we all got on a random graphic tee. Like, I'm just like, this is nothing extra. They ain't seen not nary a nipple because I have on a bra that had the padding in there. So it's just like, they ain't seen not nary a nipple, not nary a booty cheek, not nary a lip, and you over here crying and complaining and saying that I'm being attention seeking. And you wasn't even talking about Instagram when you said it. You was talking about me going to work. Like, you try to make it seem like this was all about Instagram, and then you try to throw this one little thing in there and then say, oh no, we're not gonna talk about it. No, you a clown. And so I'm just like, if you mad about it, cool, understand. I won't do it again. I will never wear my workout clothes to work again. I apologize. Because why? I'm not a person that's going to try to be extra and make a bunch of drama out of nothing. Like, you mad that I wore my workout clothes to work? Cool. It won't happen again. I was late. I shouldn't have been late. I should have been prepared. And I should have had on sweatpants when I went in there. Because that was the plan. That was the plan. I was probably going to put on another Kip shirt because I got about 7 of those. But the plan was to have on sweatpants. And I feel like that's really what you was mad about. And you could have just said that. But instead, you turned off your red receipts and unfollowed me on both my Instagrams. Cool. And I think he unfollowed me. I mean, I think he unsubscribed to my YouTube at that point in time too. So I'm just like, yeah, you just did the most. Like, if you were mad about something, you literally could have just said that. You ignored me for hours. You ignored me for hours today. Just because you was mad that I wore that to work. And so his response was, were you comfortable? And I'm just like, I'm like, bruh, like you said you didn't want to talk about it, and then now we're talking about it, and now you just being extra. And so I'm just like, hey, this isn't a problem anymore. It won't happen again. I apologize. But also, the way that you react to things that you don't like is absolutely ridiculous. And you just stop being disrespectful. And so he was just like, I am appalled at these accusations of disrespect. I have never disrespected you. Yo, I'm not gassing it. That's what he said. These accusations of disrespect. He can't believe I would say that about him. And I'm just like, literally, instead of you having a conversation with me, you just was like, bitch, you're attention seeking, and I don't even want to talk about it, so girl, go ahead. Like, you really try to shoo me away, and then you also was ignoring my text whenever I was texting you back. You text me as soon as I hit the send button every single time. Now, all of a sudden, you don't know how to text back. I'm like, bruh, nah. Because, like, at this point in time, you really just playing in my face. And you really just want me to do whatever it is that you want me to do, but then act like you didn't tell me to do that. That's what you're trying to do. You're like, no, you don't have to change. Wear whatever you want to wear, wherever you want to wear it. Yeah, but then when I go to work in my gym outfit, which wasn't the plan, now I'm getting ignored and cussed out. Stop lying. Like, if you say you want me to dress like a little pretty princess, then just say that. Like, if you want me to wear certain stuff, just say that. Don't be mad whenever I don't wear something that you want me to wear, or whenever I do wear something that you don't want me to wear, and then be like, oh, that's not what it is. You can do whatever you want. You can wear whatever you want. I'm not worried about it. You clearly are. You clearly are. And now I gotta be ignored and left and cast aside. Like, just because you're mad about that. Like, you don't make any sense. And so I'm just like, I know what you're trying to do. Perfectly fine. It literally was not my plan to wear that to work anyway. And so it was like, it's not going to happen again because I literally did not mean to do that in the first place. But the fact that you're trying to act like that's not what this is, boy, shut up. And so I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. And so we continue to have a conversation. And then as the conversation go on, I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. This whole, like, you going to choose when to be respectful type of thing is dead. Because, like, no, you're not gonna keep on doing this. Like, I'm like, this is not the first time that you have done this. And if I was to talk to you the way that you just talked to me, you will block me. So if that's the case, I'm gonna need you to get your life together, because you're not about to talk to me like that. And so he's just like, I'm just saying, like, when I first started talking to you, you had your Instagrams and you had your YouTube. So I already knew that that's how you were going to be. But I didn't expect you to get this much attention, and I don't like it. And I'm just like, and then he continued to bring back up the fact that I wore what I wore at work. And I'm just like, you literally said you did not want to talk about it and you don't care, and I can wear whatever I want, but then you brought it back up again. Why did you bring it back up again? Like, if it's dead, let it be dead. I'm like, yo, what? And so I'm just like, you are still mad, and your red receipts are now on, but you are still mad about this whole going to work with my gym outfit on. And now he's just like, yeah, it's just unprofessional, da da da. Mind you, the other person that came to work on that off day had the same fit as me on. Had the same fit. Had a little graphic tee and some little workout pants on. Literally the same fit, except she had on Crocs. That was the only difference. So I'm just like, you really are being extra. Like, it's not like we was having a formal meeting, everybody got on their little formal attire or anything. Everybody just had on a little tank top with their chef pants on. Like, everybody just had that on. Like, everybody just had on a little graphic tee with their chef pants on. And I had on a little graphic tee, because that's basically what the Kip shirt was. A little graphic tee, had a couple of little words on there, and I had on my pants from the gym. Like, you're really gassing the entire situation, and then you're acting like you're not gassing it by putting it in to other things and saying that the other stuff is the big message. But you're still mad. Like, you're literally cursing me out right now about this, but then telling me we don't gotta talk about it. And you just want to say whatever you want to say about it, and you don't want me to say anything about it. Just say that. Like, I'm like, you're trying to act like it's not what it is, but it is that. And so I'm just like, okay, so you don't like the attention that I'm getting from my YouTube and from my Instagram. Cool. You knew what it was when you signed up, so I don't know why you saying anything to me about it. I don't know what you want me to do. You want me to stop being on my YouTube? Like, is that what it is? Guess what? I'm not going to. Because it's fun over here. I'm having a good time. I'm I'm having the best, grandest of times. And so I'm just like, yo, whatever. And so I'm just like, okay, you want me to not post on my Instagram? Like, what is it? Like, what is the thing that's going to make you stop acting a natural born fool? Probably not going to do it, but I would like to know. So he just like, well, to be completely honest, whether you like it or not, if you see something brings you attention, you'll still do it and not care that you get the attention. So, in my opinion, it is what it is, and you are attention seeking. And so I'm just like, I don't think that you realize that no matter what I do, I'm going to get attention. I will simply just not speak at all, not say a single word, and people will still come up to me trying to talk to me. I'm like, I will literally have on 2 pair of pants, 2 shirts, a scarf covering all of my hair, literally just Vaseline on my lips, not nary a piece of jewelry in sight. And a man will still come up to me, trying to talk to me, talking about I am the most beautiful girl he done seen all year. What am I supposed to do? I'm just like, whenever I try to not get attention, it does not seem to work. So I'm not going to just try to not get attention every single day, because if I do that, then when I get attention, I'm going to be pissed. Because I'm going to be like, no matter what I do, it does not work. They don't care. They are still going to talk to me. And it's really just going to make me mad. I'm really just going to be heated if I try to not get attention every single day and I still get it. So I'm just going to do whatever it is that I want to do. And then whatever attention I get from it is just what I get. Because I'm not going to live my life trying to not get attention every day. That is exhausting. Trying to get attention every day is exhausting. Trying not to get attention every day is exhausting. I'm not doing either. I'm just living. I'm just going to be a girl in the world. I'm just like not going to do a thing. And I'm just going to see what happens. And hopefully I can get less attention today than I did yesterday. And then that's just how it is. And so I'm just like, the fact that you are mad that people are giving me attention is ridiculous, because you knew who I was when you first started talking to me. Because we was cool before we started dating. We were cool. And you seen what it was. You saw me at one of my heights of just getting attention, and I wasn't trying to do a thing. It's like, I'll be walking around with my little chef pants, and people are just like, dang, it's fat. What's fat? My toes? Like, I don't got a thing. I'm just like, I'm a girl in the world. I'm just like, I have on the tightest sports bra known to man when I go to work and when I go to the gym. I don't want not nary a boob to jump. I don't want there to be any jiggle, any motion. I got on 2 pair of pants for a reason. I don't want nobody to see nothing. Look, I'm here to exist. I'm not here to be seen. I'm not here to be heard. I'm just here to exist. And men still be trying to talk to me. Women too, but men still be trying to talk to me. So I'm just like, if that is the case, why am I going to build my life around trying not to be seen? Because it don't work at work. It doesn't work. Like every time I go to an event, somebody at one of the events is trying to talk to me. So I'm just like, if it don't work at work, why do I think that it's going to work outside of work when I got on regular clothes too? Why do I think it's going to work if I actually speak? If somebody hears me talk, they're automatically going to want to talk to me. They're like, wow, you have such positive energy. I like you. You're kind of funny. Wow, you're great. Oh my goodness, you're so sweet. If I say any words, it's up. So like, do you really think that I'm just going to spend my whole entire life trying to avoid the eyes of others and try to avoid from getting attention on me? That would be dumb. That would be dumb, because it's not going to work. It's not going to work. I've done it before. Like I spent like a whole 6 months trying to be ignored and in the back. I just had on all black for like 6 months. And I just made sure my face was covered for like 6 months. Like I literally was trying my absolute best for like a whole like fall, winter season. And it did not matter, because they're going to see me. They see this little nose. They don't got to see nothing else. They just see my little nose. They just see my little nose. And then you're like, you know what? That nose right there, I want it. Gots to have it. Like, bro, it's just a nose. You can't see nothing else. Please leave me alone. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. They don't care. One thing a man is going to do is talk to me. I can't avoid it. So I'm just like, if you're going to be mad about that, you just need to leave now. Leave now and forever, like, be gone. Because this is going to continue to be a problem for you. I promise you that. It will. Like, it will continue to be a problem for you. And so he's just like, well, yeah, I just said what I said. I said what I said. And whenever anybody tries to tell you, it's just my opinion. I'm just saying, you already know what it is. Like, I'm not trying to change your mind about a thing, because your mind is made, your mind is set, and you don't care about a word that I gotta say. And that's perfectly fine, because I'm not going to argue with you. You got it. You got it. And so, like, obviously, after this whole conversation, I was just like, I already knew that we wasn't gonna finna be together. We wasn't never finna be together. But now I'm just like, even more solidified. Because the fact that you think that I'm out here trying to get attention from the people at my job, it ain't not nary a cute man at my job. I promise you that. Not one. Not one or two. It's like one like older guy that's like kind of adorable, but like in an adorable way. Not in like a, ooh, he fine way, but like in a, oh, look at him type of way. I'm just like, I'm not interested in anybody at my job. And you trying to say that I'm trying to conjure up some feelings for people at my job is crazy. And then you're mad about like people that I used to work with following me on one of my Instagrams is crazy. Cause it's not my Instagram from my childhood. It's my Instagram for my story time. It's public. What am I supposed to do? It's a public page. So I'm just like, bro, you just gonna continue to be mad, and it's nothing that I really can do for you. And so then he tried to change the topic of the conversation, which is something that he loves to do. That's something that he loves to do. Whenever like I call him or anything that he says, I'm like, hey, this was kind of disrespectful. Or, hey, you know, these are things that you don't want me to do, but it seems like that you are doing them. Hey, maybe not so much on that. He's just like, oh my gosh, I've been hit. Or he's just like, let me change the topic of conversation. Like, he don't never want to talk about anything that he's done wrong. It's always, let me change the topic of conversation and make it about something completely different. Or let me act like I've been attacked and I've been wounded and I've been hurt and I can't believe that you would do this to me. That was always his response. So I'm just like, bruh, you're literally just trying to manipulate me into thinking that everything that I did was wrong and that everything that you did was right and that that's just what it is and that's how the world works every single time we have a conversation. And I ended up saying that to him, and he tried to flip the conversation again. And I was like, you know what? I'll pass. I know that I'm not getting married to you. I'm like, I know that we're not about to be together forever. I hope you know, because after this conversation, we see what it is. And like, this was literally like the third time that he had did something goofy like this. And so I'm just like, yeah, if you want to keep on turning your relevancies off, if you want to be unfollowing me because you mad that I went to work with my workout clothes on that weren't even revealing, I think, you know, I think this ain't gonna work out. But thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. And that's all I was thinking. Like, I just let him, when he tried to change the topic of conversation, I just let him have it. I was like, yep, it's dead, it's wrapped. It's wrapped, it's done. Thank you. Like, yeah, sure, let's move on. Because I'm just like, this is dumb. And I was having a fun time with you because we be having a lot of kikis and a lot of ha-ha-has. And, you know, we be having a jolly good time. And I'm not dating anybody else at the moment. So I'm just like, you know, like, it's cool that you wilding out because, like, I don't really care. I'm like, boy, I'm about to go back home and make a pot roast. Like, I am not worried. And so I'm just like, I'm gonna let you go ahead and turn up because at this point you're entertainment. Because what are you saying? And so, I mean, y'all could tell me, was I right? Was I wrong? Like, I see his points, right? And I see my points. But whenever somebody doesn't want to address something, I automatically just be like, you bugging. Because what is the reason of having a conversation if you're not gonna have the conversation? Like, I admit all my faults, but if you're gonna be over there like, I've done nothing wrong, it's like, and so yeah, you know, comment, did I geek? Comment, did I geek? Like, if it was him, you don't necessarily gotta say it was him. If it was him, sure, tell me it was him. But if it was me that geeked, let me know. I want to know if I geeked. I know that it's a possibility that maybe I'm reading this situation wrong. But all the people I talked to, friends and non-friends, told me, oh yeah, he was bugging. But it's more y'all out there than it is people that I actually talk to. So, you know, go ahead, comment, DM me, email me too if you want to say something long. I don't care. I'm here. But yeah, that's it. And the moral of the story is, if you want to let somebody manipulate you into submission, just be ready for further manipulation in the future, because I got some more for you. Okay. And for me, Storytime Tish the Tea is over. Peace and love.